Hey guys, so we wanted to kind of give you a tour of Teleport page by page. This is the files page. So if you're here in Teleport Home and you click on this little folder over here, this is the files page where all of your files hang out. You can of course search out your files right here, and then you can see all your various files with different settings and notes. If you get design feedback on a file that you ordered as a prototype, that will show up right here. And then of course you can upload new files by dragging and dropping and throwing them up here. Here are some good rules of thumb and that kind of thing around baseline rules and max build size and file specs like file size. Okay. So here inside of here, obviously you can see the files. These are the things to be looking at over here. I'm going to go ahead and delete this red one because I just don't need it anymore. But you can view a preview of your file right here, and this will show it on the build plate for you so that you can get a preview of it. And you can navigate by either left clicking and just dragging or using the scroll wheel to get in closer and that kind of stuff. And this is the way you can see how your files are oriented on the bed. You want to make sure that the side that is the bed side is against this grid. And then you also have all these various little controls and little neat specs about it. In addition to that, if you click on this little information icon on the file, then it'll pop up again, a quick file preview, details about it. And if you scroll down here is an instant estimator. So as soon as you upload a file, we tell you what the print cost for that file is. So right here, this is a frog head file that I've got. You can move through the different materials to get different estimations. Most of the time, PLA is pretty much all the same cost. And you can move to different materials and you can see what the price would be. Shipping is a rough estimate. A good rule of thumb is shipping is $5 for anything under a pound and about $10 for anything over a pound, but it'll depend on where it's going, how much stuff is in the box, so on and so forth. So this is just an estimate right at the moment, but that is how much it will cost to print that, and you can take that to the bank. So there's all that. Of course, you can delete. Again, I want to emphasize this again. If you send a file through Slant 3D to be printed and it goes through the prototyper or even in general, when we are looking at the parts and inspecting them before shipping them out, we will say, oh, there's kind of this feature that might mess with it or might cause problems in future or might just be lowering the quality of there's an impossible feature here to be printed. We will create a little design note that will be attached to the file, and it will show up here as this yellow tag. And you can read this note that says, hey, you might want to adjust the orientation on the print bed. It was uploaded as a cylinder sitting on its side. You don't really want that. We reoriented it and printed it vertically, but just make sure when you're uploading in future that you go ahead and check the preview so that you see that it's sitting on the bed flat. And we have other videos talking about how to reorient parts. You do not get to manipulate files here. You cannot reorient them or move them around on the bed or anything like that. You have to upload an STL as you want it to be printed. But this is the files page. So hopefully that helps you give some insight as to the cool tricks and tips and things you can do on the files page of Teleport.